Hey there, Aquarius. It's Empress Rose here. Welcome to your reading. These are general readings. We're going to take what works, leave what doesn't, as with everything, of course. And then we are, if I don't catch your wavelength or storyline on this reading, go check your other major placements. And even if I do, you can check your other major placements. If you haven't already, please do hit that subscribe button. And just to let you know, I always post photos of the spread at the end of the video. So if you haven't made it there yet, I do that so you can read along or check my work or whatever you want to do. So we're going to start off with these oracle cards, and then we're going to move on to a more traditional tarot spread. So oracle cards from Moonology, we have your commitment is being tested, Aquarius, first quarter moon. So some storm clouds coming in, cloudy vision ahead. So if you've committed to something, if you've already decided you want to do something, keep going, even though remain committed to it, remain devoted to it, even though the vision's going to be a little clouded coming up here. We're not really going to be able to see exactly where this is all going or exactly how it's unfolding, but it's going to take a lot of faith that this moon is still here, even if we can't see it. So your commitment being tested, stay strong, remain focused. Even if things feel a little cloudy or you start to have some doubts or things aren't quite working out quite as smoothly as you'd like, just remain committed and focused. I like it. It's devotion. Council of Light, divine orchestration, helpers in the subtler realms. So you could have some unseen help here. This could be physical or spiritual, but you could have some help, someone coming in either with assistance, guidance, or even compassion right when you need it. Divine orchestration, helpers in the subtler realm. So sometimes I've found this card to relate to actual people that don't even realize they're helping you, but are giving you a little bit of guidance or showing something to you or are helping you see something, and they might not even realize it. But also there's a sense of, you know, whatever's happening, whatever's unfolding here, you are being guided through it. So your commitment is being tested. So remain committed and trust that the help that you need will show up when you need it. One thing that I was taught by my midwife was give thanks for the help that's already on its way. And I really have loved that and benefited from that, of when we are in need, and just knowing that help is on the way and being already thankful for it. It's a very useful way to navigate many things. So, and then answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? Now, this doesn't necessarily have to do with big life calling ideas and concepts. This could easily be just something that you want to do, something that you're looking at, and it doesn't have to be like the whole thing. It can just be a smaller thing. But there's something that you want to do, and this is saying go ahead and do that. If there's something that's calling you, something that seems like a good idea, this is your go ahead, do that, go towards something that you want. What's your soul calling you to do? This is your permission slip. Answer that call. All right, this is your past, your present, your inner landscape. What's at issue? Your environment, to-do list, possible outcome. All right, Aquarius, in your recent past, you had a great idea. A new thing came in. This was either a creative idea. Wands are just that. This is Ace of Wands. So this is that energy, that connection to the universe and intuition and that energetic and creativity and sexuality and intuition all kind of bundled up together. We separate them out into different terms, but they can often be really closely related. So something in that realm, because we're talking about Ace of Wands, but it was a new thing sprung up, a new idea entered the world, a new passion, a new fascination, a new curiosity. And I do love peonies. I've been enjoying peony season quite a bit around here with a steady stream of bouquets. But we've got a peony popping up here. It's peony season in this card as well. So some sort of a spring of energy out of some sort of the energy before this may have been a little steady, didactic. It's springing from a textbook. a new idea. So you may have been reading something, or something may have been a little dull, and some sort of spark of life came in. Not that I find reading dull, but that's just what I'm seeing here today. In your current situation, we have 3 of Pentacles. This is teamwork. Everyone bringing their own gifts, their own unique skill set to work together to build something beautiful. Working together and building something. Is this a peony too? I want to say it's a poppy. Anyway, they're all working together to build something and create something. So this is often related to work, or related to some sort of team that's been assembled to get something done for a specific purpose, or a team that's working together. But I do like to see lots of people working together, cooperating, communicating, bringing their own unique skill set. This is also about like valuing everyone's unique skill sets, unique opinions, unique perspectives that we all bring to life, and valuing that, and the whole being greater than the sum of its parts, being able to accomplish more as a group than you can separately and individually. So 3 of Pentacles, building something in reality. There was some sort of inspiration, and looks like you got to work on it, and working steadily towards that with a group of people. Your hopes, your fears, your inner landscape is, well, this is your fears right here. This 9 of Swords, being anxious. You know, it reminds me of that Kennedy quote, like, the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. So maybe you're worried about getting anxious, or maybe you are really anxious. So 9 of Swords is a nightmare card, where she's safe in her bed. It's a beautiful bed as well. And she's safe in it, but what keeps her up at night is these ideas, these thoughts, these fears, these worries, and these concerns. So this card is about, it's really funny. It's your landscape card. It's your inner landscape card. It's what's going on, your hopes, your fears, and it's about fears and anxieties. There's a lot of fear and anxiety here. Even though these first 2 cards look beautiful and look lovely. Inspired idea, bringing the team together, assembling the team to get some work done. But there's just a lot of anxiety, and there might be anxiety about anxiety, or your fears. You're actually quite safe here, and that's what I'm seeing in these other 2 cards. You're actually fine. You're doing okay. You just have a lot of anxiety going on about something, about this, about how this is coming together, maybe the results. This could be part of your commitment being tested here, as are you going to keep going even though you're having, you know, sort of a panic attack about it, and about what's going on here. And about, well, not what's going on, but what could potentially go on. It's all about potential things going on in the future, because the reality with these 3 cards we have, the reality is that things are going well, things are going fine, things are going according to plan, but you're just having some anxiety that's not just having, but there's some anxiety here. What's at issue here is this 8 of Swords. I like this in the reverse. This is releasing yourself from self-limiting beliefs. So that you could really be worried about your anxiety cropping back up even though things are going well. The 8 of Swords reversed. This could be externalized. Someone else is telling you you can't do things that you actually can do. Someone else could be trying to limit you, trying to tell you that you can't do something, or that this is never going to work out. But 8 of Swords is typically the crappy mantra. So in the reverse, I like to see it in the reverse. It means we're working on our mantras. We're working on self-limiting beliefs. And maybe you're stretching yourself a little bit here, and that's why you're getting this backlash of anxiety. Because when we pull out of anxiety and really start working on that, the first thing that doesn't like that is anxiety itself. It's like an abusive relationship. Anxiety is like, I'm the only one that's ever going to love you. I'm the only one that's ever going to take care of you. So that anxiety there could be, you know, so as you're pulling out of it, as you're working on yourself and working on your own self-limiting beliefs and inner mantras, as you're going on that journey, you have this pushback where anxiety itself can be like, but I'm the only one here that's keeping you safe. Like, you can't leave me behind. You can't develop a new identity away from me because I'm the only one that's really looking out for you. Of course, that's not true, right? Our greatest danger can often be anxiety, right? The only thing we have to fear is fear itself. But the fear can often tell you that that it's the only thing that keeps you safe, which is obviously not true. So we have this reverse 8 of Swords. I feel like maybe if you're on like some sort of journey of self-improvement, you could be dealing with some sort of backlash or some sort of response. So keep going on this journey. Don't give up on this work that you're doing on your inner landscape, on your on your self-limiting beliefs. Don't give up on that. In your environment, you have someone here, Knight of Pentacles. So this is probably a person, since it's a court card, and it's someone who plans, thinks ahead, but very slow moving. They're extremely slow moving. They like to have the whole thing planned out. They like to see where they're going, what the patterns are, what they're interacting with. They like to see that in advance. So it's very slow growth, represented by a horse that's not going anywhere, made out of oak leaves, an extremely slow growing tree. So very slow, very methodical, very plodding. And there might even be a pause here where they're just checking out what the future holds here. They're just observing right now. So this Knight of Pentacles, our knights are usually about communication and movement, except the Knight of Pentacles is a little bit different. Doesn't actually move, might not actually be communicating, but is trying to figure something out, is thinking about it. Your to-do list, Aquarius, the Emperor, balls in your court, taking charge, taking control, having a right to be in charge, having a right to be in control, having a right to lead, and delegate. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, definitely you have a right to delegate some of these tasks. This is institutionally supported. This is leadership and ownership of something. So in this 3 of Pentacles, if you have a group working together, this is saying like you can take the lead, especially if there's a leadership void. You can definitely step into that. So this is saying take the lead, take leadership, take ownership over the situation. You're the one maybe that can see things, and you're dealing with maybe some self-limiting beliefs. Maybe you're starting to realize that you really can take control, or that you really do have leadership skills, or that that this project isn't going where you want it to go. And if it's going to go where you want it to go, you're going to have to step up and lead and take some action here. So the Emperor is in charge, large and in charge, right? And he's got these people on leashes, but he's got a right to do it. He's got a right to delegate, a right to create assignments, tell people what they need to do. If you're feeling called to take a leadership position, this is definitely your sign that you need to take that. You have as much right to it as anyone else. In fact, this is saying you're blessed. You're allowed to do this. You're allowed to take leadership out of in a situation. It could be that you're actually seeing all the things that could go wrong in this project. And this is saying that you have, there's something that you have that allows you to take, this is another permission slip actually. It allows you to take control of a situation. I mean, we're not controlling other people, but taking leadership of a situation, and you have the power, you have the say. Ball is in your court, and you get to take the leadership here. So if that's something that you're wanting, or something that you see needs to happen and be done, and you're starting to realize that you may be the only one that can do it, or you may be the best candidate for it, this is definitely your permission slip to take the lead. And then in your possible outcome, we have 5 of Wands, conflict. Possibly some territorial conflict, which is fine. Territorial conflict is a survival skill. We don't want to get petty with it, but all animals and humans have had their territory, and to have that encroached upon is a survival issue, right? So we don't need to get petty, but we can stand our ground. This 5 of Wands always reminds me, so it is conflict. It might be a discussion. It might be an open discussion. And everyone's going to come into this conflict with their own agenda, their own strategies for achieving that agenda, their own feelings about it. So there's actually a fairly complex playing field with a lot of different agendas and a lot of different strategies and a lot of different personalities and motivations crisscrossing, and it's going to be a little bit difficult to navigate that. And just keeping it in mind that there's a lot of, say, traffic at this intersection, and you get to guide and direct the traffic, but there is going to be some traffic here, and there's going to be some competing needs that all kind of come together here. So this Five of Wands is about strategizing, understanding that there are going to be competing needs, and figuring out how you're going to deal with them, and really thinking it through as you deal with all these different issues. So, all right, Aquarius, I think that must be my shortest reading ever, but I think we got it. So I hope your week is wonderful. Thank you so much for your likes, subscribes, and comments.